Now, thank you. Let me introduce our next fellow panelist, Mr. Dimitris Papadimoulis, the Vice President of the European Parliament, Chair of the High-Level Group on Gender Equality and Diversity, and he has been calling for more ambitious targets and strengthen the role of women in politics. He even presented a report on ambitious and positive targets, and it was unanimously approved. Thank you very much for joining us today. We would like to know what has been this period, this year for you, with the optics of the diversity and gender equality as well. Thank you very much. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon from Brussels. I would like to thank you for the invitation. I would like also to thank Mrs. Maribel Rodriguez for the introduction, as well as all panelists and participants, and of course the organizers. The pandemic hit us hard more than a year ago, and we are still facing its consequences worldwide. But at the same time, we have to think of the future, of our future in the post-COVID era. And our discussion today on the recovery and the future of tourism after the pandemic is extremely crucial. I come from a small country of the East Mediterranean, Greece, as also Elena comes, who was a very effective and successful Minister of Tourism some years ago. And in our country, the tourism is one of its fundamental assets. Our travel and tourism industry has spent years preparing to offer safer, more accessible, and more affordable services. Unfortunately, in Greece, just like in many other countries now, the pandemic has paralyzed travel and tourism. For months, we have been unable to leave our regions, our cities, even our homes. And this happened to many other countries of the Mediterranean, like Spain or Italy. The estimated arrival of tourists fell by 77% in 2020. This crisis had led to devastating social and economic consequences, and the tourism sector has paid a huge price. The World Travel and Tourism Council estimates that up to 174 million jobs have been temporarily lost globally. It is more than clear that in order to build our future, we need to effectively tackle the pandemic. As the World Health Organization had stated multiple times, no one is safe until everyone is safe. Achieving the global immunization of our people is a requirement for our future, including the future of tourism. And this means that we have to take every step necessary in order to achieve this goal. Extraordinary circumstances call for extraordinary measures. The soonest we achieve this, the soonest we can get back on track. It is too early to say that the long-term implications of the crisis will be for tourism, but a turn to business as usual is highly unlikely. The tourism sector will be very different in the future. The longer the crisis continues, the more businesses and jobs will be lost, the greater implications for traveler behavior, and the tougher it will be to rebuild the tourism economy. The pandemic has brought challenges, but also opportunities to encourage innovation, drive new business models, and move to more sustainable development models. It is an opportunity to rethink the structure of the tourism sector, take advantage of new technologies, implement green recovery strategies, and shift to policy and business practices that better balance the environmental, social, and economic impacts of tourism. The crisis is a call towards all, the public sector, the private sector, local, national, international actors and institutions. Tourism is a vital source of foreign currency and has the potential to serve as a sustainable development tool to strengthen supply chains, improve local productivity, create new jobs, and provide income for women and young people. The shift towards sustainable tourism can create social and economic value while preserving culture and natural assets. It is clear that real recovery will only be possible when international tourism returns. This requires global cooperation and evidence-based solutions so that travel restrictions can be safely lifted. Tourism is at the crossroads, and the measures put in place today will shape the tourism of tomorrow. We need to consider the longer-term implication of the crisis while capitalizing on digitalization, supporting the carbon neutral transition, and promoting the structural transformation needed to build a stronger, more sustainable, and resilient tourism economy. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm sure that that event and the dialogue, which will be organized not only in the event, but after the event, will be very important and crucial to shape our future. Thank you very much.